Generation Outreach, a new program to highlight the services available to military veterans right here in Central Florida. I'm Fred Robinson, Chair of the Orange County Mayor's Veterans Advisory Council. Here to tell us more about VEI, or the Veterans Entrepreneurial Initiative, is Ricardo Garcia, co-founder, vice president, and director of the program. Ricardo, thank you for joining me today.
Fred, thank you for having me. Honored to be here.
All right. And Ricardo, what motivated you to start VEI?
Certainly, yeah. The military, right? I spent time in the United States Air Force. I deployed to Afghanistan back in 2008, and so it was one of the hardest jobs I ever did in my life, probably one of the hardest I will ever do. I did medical evacuations by triage, right? So it was an intense job, but you know, that taught me something that I think has stuck with me for the rest of my life and my career, which is I was part of a greater mission, right? This greater purpose, and you know, something that was much bigger than me. And with that, you experience this unsurpassed level of camaraderie, where you know the person to your left and the person to your right, they have your back, no matter what, right? And you're resilient through whatever mission you have at hand, right? Whatever challenge may come. And so, you know, fast forward when I transitioned out, we had a hypothesis that veterans make great entrepreneurs, and it's all attributed by everything the military instilled within us, right? That mission-driven mentality, attention to detail, but more importantly in entrepreneurship, resilience and adaptability. So it started as a passion project. My co-founder and I, working at the UCF Business Incubation Program, we saw what all these great resources and connectivity did for early stage tech companies. And so we wanted to leverage that, but for veterans, right? Veterans that had ideas in entrepreneurship but didn't really know how to go about it. And so in a nutshell, that's where VEI was born. Since then, we've had the opportunity to empower over 600 veteran entrepreneurs across Florida and beyond. Some folks have joined us from other parts of the country, which has been really fulfilling. Some of them have gone on to do incredible things, right? And have a positive economic impact in our region, and also create jobs. So it's great stuff.
And who is your co-founder, and some of the challenges and how you evolved since 2013?
Sure. Yeah. So Rafael Camano, he's also an Army veteran. I'm an Air Force veteran. And so at the time, our director at the incubator, Gordon Hogan, was also an Army veteran. He gave us the green light. We wanted to do this, and he gave us the green light. So this was a passion project, an extracurricular that we did on the side of our jobs. And you know, initially we started working one-on-one, coaching veterans. Fast forward a few years, we structured a curriculum, and then we started doing classes on Saturday. In about 2019, 2020, we spun it off from the university as an independent 501c3 nonprofit organization, which it is today. And that enabled us to build a brand and foster connections, new partnerships, and have a deeper impact in the work that we do, the cohorts that we offer, the programs that we offer, and more importantly, building this community of like-minded veteran entrepreneurs that you know, when you bring veterans together in the same room for a common purpose, in this case, entrepreneurship, great things happen. So we've been fostering that community over the years and really building it up here in Central Florida.
Great. And what are some of the key challenges that veterans have starting a business after military service?
Sure. Yeah, that's a great question. So to my point on being part of a greater mission and greater purpose when you're in the military, I think many veterans, when they transition out of the military, they struggle with that, right? I think it's all because we all long for that greater mission, greater purpose, and it's hard to find that in the civilian world. At times, it feels like you're on your own, right? I know for me, it was a challenge coming out of the military, looking for that. All of a sudden, I didn't have my military family or that greater mission, that greater purpose. So I think that's partly why veterans struggle transitioning out. So VEI is looking to bridge that gap and helping veterans find that new mission and purpose through entrepreneurship. And so I think some of the challenges that they face is just the transitioning is challenging from the military. The second thing is resources and connections, right? in the military, you have this great network of leaders and folks across the organization. And when you transition out, you're kind of on your own, right? And depending on who you are in the military, whether you're enlisted or an officer, connecting and building relationships and networking, right? That's not inherently, it doesn't come on its own. So we wanted to foster that, right? And so providing them, plug them into our robust entrepreneurial ecosystem here in Central Florida is part of our mission. And then building this community, right? Beyond the training and beyond the programs, I think it's important for us to work together because collectively we can do great things.
And understanding that many businesses fail within 2 to 5 years, what resources do you have to help support these veteran businesses through these particular challenges?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Great question. So the core of our program, we offer programs that help meet where veterans may be at in their business development life cycle. So whether they're at the idea stage or they're scaling a high growth tech business, we have programs for all, right? And so through time, we've refined our programs based on their feedback, right? What we call it customer feedback loops, right? So as we engage with the veterans through these training programs, we listen, right? We listen to their feedback. We try to understand their challenges and the pain points that they're going through as they develop their businesses. So then we build programs and workshops to address those challenges, right? So I'll give you an example. Last year, we noticed that a lot of the veterans that were coming through our program were really weak with marketing and sales, right? And building a brand. They may have had compelling businesses or business models, meaning they had how the solution works and how impactful the solution could be. That was pretty well polished up. But how do you take that to market? We noticed there was a gap. So we built a couple master classes around sales and marketing and really to address those issues, right? And so I think that's how we build the program and the resources that we provide. So that's the training side. The other piece that we offer is connectivity, right? Connections and fostering introductions to our entrepreneurial ecosystem, to other resource partners in the community, to other service providers and folks that can enable their success. I think that's what it's all about. So.
Well, Ricardo, listen, I want to thank you so much for letting me interview you today, your service, and giving us more information about VEI.
Thank you, Fred. It's an honor to be here, and I really appreciate you all doing this. So.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
It's good to know that there are organizations like VEI in Central Florida helping veterans realize their entrepreneurial goals. VEI is indeed making a difference in our community, and when we come back, we'll hear from Tim Anderson of My Health Matrix, who will share more about the work of VEI.